All right, so passions are running high, patience short on supply here. Let's try to separate the fact from the fiction, really, with a couple of passionate guests in their own right. Jim Greer is chairman of the Republican Party of Florida. He's joining us from Orlando this evening, and also best-selling author and syndicated columnist David Sirota joining us from Denver. Thanks to both of you. So no yelling, no pushing, no screaming, and no arrests. But we want to have a serious conversation. I've spoken to some folks, and they say there are some folks who are in the know in Washington. There are about 11 different versions of this health care reform bill, and no one really knows what's in it. So, Mr. Greer, is that part of the problem or part of the reason that people are so upset? We'll talk about the legitimacy of what they're doing, but is that part of the problem here?
Well, I think every reasonable American knows that we have challenges in our health care system. But people want answers to what President Obama's health care plan is going to do, how much it's going to cost, who's going to be eligible to have it provided to them. In many cases, this can be a life and death situation. And when you look at these town hall meetings, people are wanting answers, answers that members of Congress can't even give. And they show up because they want to know how it's going to affect them and their lives.
So, Jim, let me ask you this, and
sure.
I agree with you. I think, and people have the right to protest or to do whatever they want to do. Trust me, I'm on, you know, I believe in that. But when you show up and you just yell questions or you disrupt things, what do you get accomplished besides getting everyone in an uproar? Do you really get your questions addressed by acting in this manner?
No, you're absolutely right, Don. People should show up to these forums and ask questions, seek the answers. There should be no set agenda. There should be no hidden agendas, the people that are organizing these town hall meetings. But we're seeing that across the country, that people that show up that are simply seeking information, Democrats, independents, and Republicans, citizens, they show up, they want to get answers, and they become frustrated and they become angry when they can't get the simplest of their questions answered, such as who's eligible for it, who it's going to, how much it's going to cost. You know, this administration, Don, came into office saying it was going to focus on the middle class, and ever since it got inaugurated, every policy program is going to tax the middle class and is going to hurt the middle class.
Jim, hold that thought, because I want to let David get in here. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk much more about this, including answering some of your questions, what's in it, and taxing the middle class. But David, I want you to respond to that, especially these raucous town hall meetings.
Well, I think there is a lot of misinformation out there. I think you can certainly say part of the problem is that President Obama hasn't yet been out really on the campaign trail in a sustained way campaigning for this, but I think that's going to change in the coming week. I think the other part of this, though, is that there's a huge amount of misinformation out there by the insurance industry, by corporate lobbyists who in some cases are organizing these protests. Misinformation saying, you know, Sarah Palin, for instance, on her Facebook page said that there's going to be death panels deciding if, you know, basically if grandma dies or doesn't die. I mean, this is complete misinformation. And so I think you've got a situation where there's just a huge amount of misinformation swirling out there, and part of it, a huge part of it, is coming from the insurance industry and from the conservative movement itself.
All right, you bring up a good point. I spoke with a doctor. In fact, I have several friends who are doctors. One's an ER doctor, and two are general practitioners. And they said the hardest thing for them to get people to understand is that we're paying for health care anyway, the uninsured anyway, and higher medical bills, higher insurance premiums, we're already paying for it. So this debate about a single source and people who are happy with their insurance having to pay for it, we're already paying for it. I want you, both of you, to talk about that on the other side of the break. We're answering your questions about health care here. We're having a debate, not a debate, a conversation about this issue, health care reform. No yelling, no screaming, the facts on health care reform after the break. Let's continue our conversation now on the politics of health. We've got Jim Greer, chairman of the Republican Party of Florida here, and then journalist and author David Sirota. Okay, David, so we were talking about this single-payer option here, which is, I think that's what a lot of the debate is about here, because people want to have their own choice. Now, according to healthcare professionals, they said much of the country is already under a single-payer system for insurance coverage. People who receive medical benefits from veterans, people who are on Medicaid, state Medicaid, or Medicare, and state-run programs, and also people who already have insurance are already under a single pay system. So then what gives here? Why are people fighting against it?
Well, I think people are worried that there's going to be a quote-unquote government takeover of healthcare, and I think you make the right point that a lot of people already get their healthcare through a single-payer system, and actually the people who do get their healthcare through a single-payer system tend to be a lot happier with their healthcare than people who get it through private insurance. I'm talking about Medicare recipients, veterans in the VA system, and the like. The issue is we're having a debate here about healthcare insurance financing, not health care. And the folks
It's about how to pay for health care. We're not really talking about health care reform. We're debating how to pay for health care.
That's exactly right. That's what these bills in Congress are about. What some who oppose this, the insurance industry, the private insurance industry, want to make this into a debate about is a debate about health care. But this is really a debate about how we as a country pay for health care. And the people who are pushing this bill are saying we got to get the private insurance companies under control, at least under control, if not out of the equation.
All right, Jim, do you agree with that? That the debate here is really how to pay for health care, not really about health care reform?
Well, it's always about the money, ultimately, at the end of the day, when you're providing services or products. But I do think, ultimately, when you're talking about financing, you're going to talk about what services are going to be provided and what the quality of the service that's provided will be. And so it is about the financing, but ultimately the discussion will have to go to the quality of the health care and what services are provided. And you're going to have to make sure that everyone that is involved in the issue has a seat at the table. As I said earlier, just like we've done in Florida with Cover Florida. It's got to be a reasonable approach to it where you've got to go back and find out what's working and what's not working. And President Obama has not even attempted to do that.
Talk to me about, go ahead and make your point, David. And
I disagree that President Obama hasn't brought a lot of people to the table. I think he's tried to bring a lot of people to the table. Some industries, like the insurance industry, doesn't want to come to the table. And just to the point about choice and services, look, I know a lot of Republican members of Congress say that we don't want, quote-unquote, government health care, but they seem to be perfectly happy with their own health care. And in fact, the health care that they get is a single-payer system. It is one payer, but the members of Congress and the congressional staff can choose a private program from within the single-payer system.
Okay, so listen, let's talk about this. Again, this doctor I spoke to said he was at a town hall, and what surprised him, or it was a little bit confusing to him, that many of the people who were showing up were elderly people or people who were who were in wheelchairs or what have you, had some form of illness, and people who were already taking advantage of the system, and he couldn't understand why those people were protesting a system that they were already taking advantage of.
Look, it's a great question. I mean, there was one famous quote at a town hall meeting where somebody said to a member of Congress, "Get your government hands off my Medicare." I mean, this is absurd. Again, there is a lot of misinformation out there, and I think some people who are in the Medicare system are afraid that this is going to mean a decrease in their Medicare coverage, when in fact what we're actually trying to do is make sure that as many people as possible has as good a coverage or better.
Okay, David, I think we have a problem with the satellite. If we can just see, can we just see Jim's satellite so people will know we didn't get it? Oh, we got it back. Jim, we're having satellite issues with you. I guess it's the weather. I'll have to ask Jackie. So, Jim, I'm going to give you the last point here about people who are already taking advantage of the system. There we go. We have an issue. If Jim, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Well, I think the reason these people are showing up, the elderly, people in wheelchairs, as you said, is they are very concerned about what the future is going to hold for them. They've seen the Obama administration, since it took office on January 20th, try and put government into our lives in almost every aspect, and what they don't want is Dr. Pelosi, Dr. Reed, and Dr. Obama making medical decisions on what tests they need and what types of insurance they should have. That's what they're concerned about. That's why Americans across this country want answers to President Obama's health care plan.
Okay, hey guys, I have to go, so I really just want a one-word answer if you can. Doctors also say that health care costs would go down a lot more if people would come in and get preventative treatment instead of letting it go too far. Go ahead, answer that, Jim, real quick. Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you very much, Jim. We'll get rid of Jim now. And David, thank you so much. We're having a problem with Jim's satellite, so Jim, we're sorry. You never looked better, though. You're very handsome like that. And David Sirota, we appreciate it.
Thanks, Don.
All righty, thanks, guys.